The urge to self-sabotage right now is so strong. Hey everyone, so I just thought we'd have a bit of a catch-up today whilst I crack on with some of my beading on my pants. A bitch and stitch, if you will. Betty's bitch and stitch. I like that. That could be a regular thing. So go grab yourself a little drinky poos. If you're crafting something at the minute, go and grab that and just come back and join me. So, as I said at the beginning of the video, I am fully fighting the need, the want, the desire to self-sabotage right now. I know it's just my hormones. It happens every flipping month. And I think if I hadn't have started up this YouTube series, again, I would have 100% self-sabotaged. And to some extent, I already have self-sabotaged in that I haven't done really any exercise since week 2 when I was ill. My diet has been absolute crap. So yeah, I really need to get back on this, and I need to get on it now. I've wasted too much time already. So, oh, good. Does anybody else have this? Just every month you just get like that huge self-hatred, self-doubt. Why am I doing this? I'm not good at this. Just all of those horrible feelings just are so overwhelming. It's my biggest downfall, I think, and it's a surprise that I've achieved the things that I have achieved so far. And I always think, oh God, imagine what I could have done if I wasn't feeling this way all the time. So I feel like it's, you know, you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and yeah, you work so hard to then only have made a tiny bit of progress because you decided to self-sabotage yourself. So I'm trying really hard not to do that anymore, but it's easier said than done, unfortunately. But otherwise, things are going really well. The costuming is all coming together beautifully. I've ordered the zip for the corset part of the dress, so that should be here tomorrow, I think. I got it off Amazon. Did I get it off Etsy? It'll hopefully be here within a week, let's just say that. If it doesn't arrive tomorrow, I can make a start on the skirt part of the dress anyway, so it's not the end of the world really if it doesn't arrive. The beads I ran out of, and I ordered some more, and those arrived about an hour ago, hence why we are now doing this little crafty moment and a little chat. So because the pants worked and I've got that heart on the knickers now, just like I wanted the heart cut out in the bum of the knickers, it means that I'm going to have to make the bow bustle that I wanted to do. Oh, can you hear my cat crying? She's very, very old and I think she's got dementia. Baby! Come on then. Mickey Bear! Oh, bless her. Hang on, I'm going to go and check on her. Poor little sausage. Sorry about that, she's so strange. She'll come down and she'll have something to eat and then come upstairs, climb up on the bed ready for a nap and just cry before she goes to sleep. But she's very, very old, bless her. And yeah, I don't think she's got much longer to go. So we just try and make her as happy as possible and give her everything that she needs because she's my little baby. So anyway, where was I? Ah yes, the bow bustle. So originally I was thinking of doing like a either black and white or black and red really thick chunky stripe fabric to make the bow bustle, but I really struggled to find anything that had that chunky stripe, and then I thought I could just use some of the pink fabric that I've got for the dress. So when the dress comes off it's all black and red underneath, but then I still have that pink bow. And there's a part in the Billie Eilish song where she says, "So you think I'm pretty?" And I was thinking I'll take the bow off and you know, use it around the front and show that off as if, you know, I'm a pretty girl with my big pink bow, before then chucking that away and turning around to show the heart cut out on the knickers. That's the plan. So this is generally what happens before I even start choreographing anything. I'll have little ideas like that within the lyrics of the music, where I think, oh, that would work really well for this costume peel, and this would work really well for that costume peel. So my choreography kind of stems from there, knowing when bits are going to come off, and then I have to fill the gaps in between with, you know, various different moves and teasing the item before it comes off. So that's how my choreo works. I always assume everybody else is the same. If you're not the same, I'm really interested to know how you choreograph your routines. It just seems like a really intuitive way to do it for me, and it just happens naturally somehow. The bit that doesn't happen naturally is the bit filling out the gaps in between. I haven't ever like studied dance. I'm not like a theatre girl or anything like that, like a lot of performers are, so I don't have that background. I did do belly dancing classes for quite a while, so you will find generally a lot of my acts, there will be moves that kind of give a little nod to that, so a lot of isolation, and you know, I have hips, I might as well use them, so there are little nods to things like that. But yeah, dance wise, I don't have a background in that at all. And I don't know, when I was very little, I used to love singing and dancing, and something must have happened, I don't know, because I just became so incredibly shy that I stopped singing and dancing, and that just makes me so sad thinking about that. I don't know if like people laughed at me, or I don't know, I think maybe I've blocked something out, some sort of childhood trauma, or it's just as you become older and you become more self-aware of things like that, I don't know. But I do wonder if I'd have had the confidence to pursue dancing and singing and things like that when I was younger, where I would be now with that and how different it would be. Because yeah, I think I would have loved to have done all of that. I think it would have been really good for me as well. But you know, I found my way back to the dancing, at least in the end, so it's not like I've really lost that. It's always been there for me and I've always enjoyed it, so I'm glad that I have the burlesque, because it's different from other sort of dance disciplines, because you know, it's not necessarily dancing that you're doing, it's more obviously striptease, so you don't need that, don't necessarily need the background in dance to do this, which is why I love it. And it's all about self-expression really for me, and I've always said I'm an interpretive dancer. I'm a bit of a Kate Bush, I suppose, when it comes to my dancing. I just like to move and fill the space. That's and just have a good time. That's what's important to me, is that I'm enjoying myself while I'm doing it. Don't want to take myself too seriously, even though it turns out a lot of my acts are more serious than comedy. Interestingly, I was talking about this to another burlesque performer today. She's got a comedy act that she's been working on, but like me, she's not usually a comedy based performer, and so she's a little bit nervous about it. And I've only ever once done one vaguely comedy act, but I always come up with really good ideas for comedy acts, but I just feel like it's not me, or that like no one would find it funny, and that would be really hard to deal with. But then I guess people who maybe do comedy acts, maybe they feel like, oh, I can't do the sexy thing because what if nobody finds me sexy? And for me that doesn't even enter my mind, and it's not because I think I'm just naturally sexy. It's because, why is that? It just doesn't bother me whether they do or not. Isn't that strange? It would bother me if I tried to be funny and wasn't, but it doesn't bother me if I try to be sexy and I'm not. That's very odd. Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. Very interesting. Yeah, so see, we should do this more often, guys. It's like therapy. So today was the first time that I've really had like a proper little think about the choreography for this act. Literally it's just like having the music on while I'm sat at my desk and suddenly throwing some shapes. That's basically what I've done. But dare I say, I think it's going to be good. Touch wood. Yeah, I think I can do this. Like I said, I don't have a dance background, so choreography always is a challenge, I suppose, or a concern that you're going to do something that you know, a professional dancer will look at and be like, oh, shouldn't do that, right, that technique wasn't very good. Luckily I don't really care that much about other people's opinions of me, and that has taken a long time to get there, but it's very freeing now to not sort of worry about what other people think of me. Yeah, it's just allowed me to be myself more and to, you know, do things like this and put myself out there in the world, which I've always put off doing, you know, really getting into YouTube as well, because you worry about comments that might come in, that, you know, people think what you're doing is a bit crap. But yeah, I'm at a stage now in life where it just doesn't bother me and I'm just doing things for me, which is really lovely. Really enjoying myself at the minute. So yeah, it's funny how I was talking about this again today, that I forgot how with my costuming I'm very much just throw myself into it without thinking about it too much, but somehow it always works out, and I forgot that that happened for me. So when that happened with making these knickers, I was like, oh yeah, this is like such a familiar feeling that it's gone right and I didn't think it would. So I mean, hopefully that will continue like that for the rest of not just this costume but any future costumes as well. Things just tend to fall into place, which is always really good. And there's always going to be that bad stage. It's like when you do your makeup and you put your foundation on and everything is just like one colour and you look like a ghost, and things have to look bad before they get worse, basically. And the same thing applies to costuming, and it's the same thing when you're decorating your home. You paint your room, you start painting it one colour, there's no furnishings in there and you think, God, this looks awful, and it's not until you dress the room that you then see it all come together and you really love the finished effect. And it's the same thing here. So that's always worth bearing in mind when you're costuming. Don't give up because you think it's looking awful. Keep going. Make adjustments if you need to. But yeah, just get that thing finished and you may surprise yourself at how good it looks in the end. Yeah, so there's always a bad phase. I tried on my corset and my bra today, and I do think that I need to do something with the bra because the cups just aren't big enough, I don't think. So I may add an extra panel underneath so it's like layered, and I might do that in red. Don't know, this is the first time I'm really thinking about it. But yeah, I think that could work. Just give it a little extra coverage and an extra structure. Yeah, definitely something to think about because I don't know. There's something off about that bra, and it's my fault because I think I paid like £3-4 for it. I didn't pay much, and I should have got a bigger size really. The back band is fine, it's just the cups are a bit small, so very frustrating, especially as I've done all the beading on now. I should have really tried it on before I did the beading, but I only tried it on over my clothes, and I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. And it will be fine in the end. Like I said, I just need to make some tweaks with it and it'll all be good. I am sure of it. So, where are we at? I've got the cage skirt is pretty much done. I have ordered the velvet ribbon for that, and that should be here tomorrow. So I can get the waistband of that changed over so that I have a ribbon tie to take it off. What else have we got? I've done my bra, I've done the corset, the knickers are almost done. I've just got the beading to do. And then next week we'll be doing the dress, which is going to take me at least a week, I imagine. It's a huge project, but I'm very excited because that's like a whole new layer. So I've kind of done the base layer now and all the blacks and the reds, and now we're on to that really hot pink for the outer layer, and it's quite a fun little dress, fun big dress. It's huge. So yeah, very nervous, and there's so much fabric here and I don't know where I'm going to make it. Ideally I would do it in this room because the cats don't really come in here. This is like the one room in the house that's just for me. No cat fluff, nothing. Downstairs there's more room, but cats. And you know, if you leave some fabric on the floor or anywhere, a cat is going to find it and use it as a bed. And if there's cotton lying around, my other cat is going to come and he's going to eat it, and there's going to be trails of cotton everywhere, and I'm going to have to pull it out of him while he's chewing on it, and it's not a pleasant thing. So I have to be really mindful of everything I'm doing in this house because of my cats. So yeah, the costume is a challenge, and I could do it at the studio, but other people are hiring that space, so I can't really have, you know, taking up too much of that room with my personal projects when they're hiring the space off me. So yeah, it's not really ideal, so I think I'm gonna have to struggle on and probably do it in here, which is going to be tough. I might have to move some things around. Oh, I say that, I don't know where I'm going to move things around. Everything is crammed and full already, so there's nowhere for anything to go. But I will figure it out, I'm sure. So yeah, the dress will be coming together next week. I'll probably make the bow for the bustle either next week or maybe the week after. We'll see how it goes and see how I feel. I may sort of start the dress and think, oh, I need a break from this and want to do something else, so I might jump onto the bustle then. Not sure how I'm going to attach it at the minute. Probably just some poppers. And what else have we got to do? Need to sort out the stockings, which I've got the tights on the bed there, so I need to cut those up and see how those look. Ooh, I almost forgot. One thing I do need for my pants is some suspender straps, so I need to get on and order some of those. Oh gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot about those. So yeah, I need to get some of those ordered, get those sewn onto the knickers. Need to make some pasties, some nipple covers. Is that it? It feels like I am missing something, but I think that might be it. So the costume is almost done. Is it? This can't be right. I've got my wig. Let's start from the bottom. I've got knickers, need to get the suspender straps, stockings, corset, bra, cage skirt, need to make the bow, need to make the dress. Pasties I forgot. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god. So maybe 2 more weeks and the costume will be done. Maybe. and then I can really crack on with the choreo. So 2 more weeks will be week 6, so halfway through. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I can do this if the dress goes to plan, which I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will be fine. Everything is always fine. And I'm a bit, you know, usually a last minute person with my burlesque. So I know how much I can achieve in just 1 week. So if need be, I will ensure everything is done within 12 weeks in that very last week if things all go wrong. So yeah, it's been great checking in with you guys. Thank you everyone that's subscribed and is following the series so far. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and just chatting about burlesque again has been really good. It helps keep me motivated and gets those creative juices flowing again, which is wonderful. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Watch the rest of the playlist if you haven't already, because you can see me making all of the costume items that have been made so far and showing you the finished products. Yeah, next week's going to be tough, but we've got this. I need to get out of this self-sabotage mindset that I'm in at the moment. I think it's lifting. It's been a whole week, so it's due to lift. Yeah, so once that's gone, I'm sure I'll be on it. I'm feeling more positive again. I know when I get like this just to kind of sit back and just not do anything big, major, drastic, just sort of ride the storm and come out the other side hopefully fully motivated. So yeah, I'm just waiting for that to kick in. But yeah, I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. So yeah, I need to get back on the exercise routine. Was there ever a routine? Yeah, and make sure that I'm eating healthier foods as well, because I love snacks, guys. I really do love snacks. Yeah, snacks are great. So yeah, I need to look after myself better and yeah, crack on. But yeah, thanks for joining. I will check in with you next week and update you on what's happening with the knickers. Hopefully they'll be finished, and the beginning of making my dress. I'm Betty Noir. This is my 12-week burlesque challenge. We are just finishing week 4.